What's up YouTube, Cardi1221 here, welcome to Company of Heroes. Back in December I recently got into this game, and I played quite a lot of battles. As you can see, I saved them. So I'm actually going to play the last one from earlier today, so let's get to the battle map here. Yeah, I'm pretty much getting ready for Company of Heroes 2. I do have access to the closed beta, which is on Tuesday, April 2nd. So I'm going to talk through this match. I am playing with a good ally who I wish I was able to friend up with, but I didn't type the command in game. So maybe we'll see each other again. I do have his name written down. Okay, so I'm playing as the Wehrmacht, and so is he.
Pioneers here.
That's my name in game, and my ally's name is Lautic. Let's take out the fog of war here. Pretty much we are being opposed by Doom Trooper 3, who's the United States. Oh yeah, and I'm kind of what I'm doing right now, it's high resources, and we're also going against Oberskeletor. It's funny, he's a German name. So I don't like high resources necessarily to start off with. I feel like you move too fast. I pretty much got one engineer out to start capturing some territory down here, and then I'm immediately going to skirmish phase.
Wehrmacht quarters completed.
I got my Wehrmacht quarters. With so much manpower, there's a tendency for our opponents to spam a ton of infantry because you don't have a lot of resources. You just got 50 munitions. So I'm going to immediately build a Kernkraft Center. Camp Crap Center, and that's gonna, for the German player, this is one of the key buildings. This lets you get veterancy on your troops, which gives you better accuracy, makes them more deadly, and for tanks and stuff, it will give them like armored skirts, which does improve their health. So I got my first Volksgrenadiers. I want to control this area because I know we're gonna be fighting. So I told him I want a front line like along here, and so. Got my engineers coming up here. I also got my my first Volksgrenadier squad out. I did upgrade these guys with the MP40 just in case we ran any. And as you can see, we do have quite a large amount of infantry. We got a lieutenant already out. The British have immediately captured the fuel, and they're going for the munition. So I'm going to try to set up a base in this town to kind of control the middle, and we're going to run in the first engineers. This is what I first saw. My main plan is to kind of fortify this area, and this is as far as down I'm going to push at first. I pretty much, yeah, I'm telling my teammates to push out because he's like slowly capturing these points back here. So I was a little nervous about my ally at this point because we hadn't really captured a lot. Like I'm pushing towards the center here. This is pretty much the center of the map right here. Meanwhile, my second Volksgrenadiers are coming out. I don't think I'm making a third. We just got to skirmish phase. Here's my upgrade building.
Good job,
Take out the fog of war here. As you can see, there's a ton of infantry coming out from the Americans. They got a bunch of infantry. If we look at the British, they also have a ton of infantry. Let's go over the British side here. They have a ton of infantry, including they have 3 full squads, including a lieutenant here, who makes them move faster in enemy territory. That was the turtle. So I have no idea where the enemy is at this point. So what I do is I start building a wall here to kind of wall off this area. I'm assuming we're going to be on this side of the wall shooting at them, but there's this huge concentration of US guys. We got MP40s. He's got a machine gunner trying to suppress him, but there's so many infantry right here. It's absolutely ridiculous. So my allies are playing with pioneers there, taking shots. My guys are behind heavy cover. That is
NCO's reporting they have destroyed a gun.
Oh yeah, they killed the machine gun. So it's up to my men. I also have them behind this cover here. But then the giant British force comes in, and these guys start getting massacred because they're getting shot from behind. So I'm gonna call a retreat or and them sitting for another day. This is gonna hold a little bit longer. And I did build up on our fuel because I know fuel is critical for any German player. Meanwhile, I'm in full retreat right now. I'm in full retreat, and I do have a machine gun set up here. So that was a key for me. I had a machine gun set up here so they did chase those guys. I say infantry blobs. So if they did chase those guys, I would have run to a machine gun. Meanwhile, I'm building a bunker here, and I'm planning to save up my munitions in order to be able to use that as kind of a way to protect this area. I do definitely want to hold this town.
Machine gun is here and ready. Yes,
Upgrade
sir.
my second squad with. Actually, are these? Yeah, that's my. I made a third squad of Volks Grenadiers. I'm even making another machine gun squad right now. Let's go look at what my allies do. My ally is also trying to fortify this upper area. As a Wehrmacht, it seems like it's a hell of a lot easier to defend. And pretty much for a German player, if you can get... Oh yeah, I went Terror, by the way. If you can defend as the Germans and then build up your tanks and you upgrade your infantry very well, get them at better 3, then you're good. Yeah, this is an interesting thing. Leave another infantry blow off this. Continue part of my wall. So I got these guys in heavy cover. That's what the green means. This means light cover, that little orange thing, and red means no cover, or if there's nothing there and no cover. Anyway, I set up these guys right here, right behind that little part, and the American is getting massacred here. He's actually trying to build a wall here to give some of these guys some cover, but we just have so many bullets coming at him. I got 2 squads. I got another machine gun crew. I'm gonna set them up right here so I can get like a crossfire on the field. And what the Brits are doing, they're doing what a British player should do in the beginning. They're putting some orders in some critical areas so they can actually start bombing my guys. Meanwhile, I got another squad coming down. My engineers are coming back to build some more buildings as I upgrade. I think we're gonna get a the thing that gives us a Krieg barracks. That's right. I played a lot of Company of Heroes, but this is like a commentary, my first online commentary I think I've done. Period. So we're building Krieg barracks. That way I can get some armored cars. Because I see, hey, infantry. These guys aren't even trying. I mean, they really have a lot of fuel and munitions. The British needs the munitions to make their own troops, but they're not even trying for any even a Bren carrier or anything. So there's infantry spamming us, trying to overwhelm us in the early stages. Meanwhile, I'm building a lot of walls. I love building these sandbags and putting machine guns here because it just gives them such good cover. Until a mortar, a 3-inch mortar kills them. So we got these guys in a cross. We got these guys kind of in a crossbar. I'm holding strong on this left flank here, or their right flank. Holding strong here. My allies holding up here with machine guns. So these guys in the field are in a crossfire, and I'm building a big front. I am going to upgrade this with another M3. But yeah, they're under the wall, they're paying. If I had a mortar or something, I could pretty much take these guys out. What's concerning me is all these British infantry and the mortars they're making them. They even have a station. So I'm starting to make an infantry half-track. I got confused because for the American infantry half-track, you can actually put quads in them. Oh, I also got my guys behind them, so they're probably missing nothing. See the brave Brits pulling back from their American comrades here. I do some great American battles to show you guys also. But it depends on how this goes over. You can see how bunch these guys are up. These guys are right for a firestorm. But he's very good at avoiding those firestorm on our enemy. So I bring these guys back. I do want to kill these mortars that are bombing me. But what I'm really doing there is just calling a firestorm in. I'm hoping he'll run into it, so I start moving my guys over, hoping he'll chase me, just calling an attack forward. The firestorm comes down. It's pretty much going to blow up the counter-turret stations, but it did do a lot. I also got these guys down here, and they're getting absolutely massacred by 2 Brens. They got lieutenants. They've got like 4 squads there. My guys couldn't handle that, and they're barely alive. So I was trying to get the field here, which I don't. I was really close. I was kind of focusing up here, and I couldn't figure out to get takeout. And here comes my half-track, but what I don't realize is that you need guys inside your half-track machine. I got a little confused there, but I'm going to introduce them later. So I see the infantry blow up, and there's another American infantry blow up. They're just making nothing but infantry. They don't even have a weapon support center up. The Brits do have a field support truck, which will give them a captain, which will allow them to get some light armor, but they have not made any efforts towards that. My ally in here, I'm especially suffering because I had to withdraw these guys because they're getting bombed to hell. Now he's bombing those guys. You can see some remnants of my troops coming back. There's 2 guys there. I just fixed my MG squad. That little red X does mean there's no cover, by the way, in case you're wondering that earlier when I mentioned that. So I've chosen Terror as the Nazis. I was a big Blitzkrieg fan. This is coming up from machine gun range. And these guys are shooting they're going to be double screwed because they've got a machine gun system. And they've also got this upgrading. They're writing a lot of fire. I'm cool. I forgot to put them on. But look how exposed they are. Right out of that bunker. These guys are just going to start getting massacred. I did lose my whole infantry. But look how many infantry they are. I would definitely call it some infantry.
Incoming gunfire.
But luckily I'm able to bring up some more guys. I also got Americans just absolutely massacred. I've killed so many infantry so far. My allies do a decent job. Anyway, I see the Brits coming around. They're in heavy cover. I've only got one guy in this window, and he's getting shot. It's really not good. The Brits can overwhelm my position. It's not looking good for me. The mortars are doing absolutely killing my guys. I quickly call it the draw order because we need to get those guys out. These guys died all in the house. We're in deep trouble. These guys are in heavy cover. The Brits absolutely destroy infantry. I mean, Brits are bad news. I played the British many times. Okay, I played the British a decent number. I like being the Wehrmacht and the British mostly. I'm not very good at the Panzer at all. So we got this giant infantry blob here, and I'm withdrawing. I'm very worried that his infantry is going to run up here, destroy my bunker, which I already invested 50 munitions in to get that machine gun nest, and start moving up here towards my base. Because if he can cut me off here, I do have two. I guess I got. What's the point of that? There's. I guess there's a little bridge here. Anyway.
Volksgrenadier squad.
So I'm just pretty much replenishing my troops. It's always good when the troops get down to 1 or 2 men to withdraw them back, so you can, because it's a lot cheaper to replenish these guys just by getting the reinforcements near your base or buildings or a half track, than actually losing the whole unit and making it again. I did go to the next phase, and I'm going to start getting some armored cars here, as I just did there. Meanwhile, my ally's done a great job with his Pak 38 and has destroyed these two mortar emplacements. So I'll be able to take my position back up. My ally and me are both expecting some sort of armor. As you can see, he's got his Pak out here. He's got a mortar. He's got a field barracks up there, and the Americans have their own thing. I mean, but he's going to lose attack from the blobs, and that is not good. I'm worried the Brits are going to charge up here also. But, like, look what he's doing. He just has a bunch of them by his base. Like, look how many squads there are of infantry. He's got 4 full squads. He's got 3 engineers and a lieutenant. And the Americans charging with the bars, and the Eds actually probably going to kill my ally there. And then I'm telling my ally I'm getting armored cars. I'm getting a second one, and I'm setting this up to help you out. Armored cars are great in the early game for destroying. They're great for destroying infantry. Now the escalation, it's out the battle phase before we get this speed armor. Germans are different than the Americans, and they have to actually upgrade their phases to get new buildings, while the Americans just have a big supply yard. You know, I'm starting to chase these guys because, you know, I'm not too afraid, and look what's coming at me. The horde of the whole British army. They're completely spamming us. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of these guys. Meanwhile, he's got a bunch of engineers, and some of them, he has pretty much bazookas. So I'm backing up, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many guys. I can't kill all of them. There's too many targets, and my guy starts hitting all those kids. My guy starts retreating back, and they're shooting kids everywhere. And my guy's just gonna get out of there, barely.
Enemy mortar unit taken out.
But my ally's in trouble. If that blob comes at him, he could be screwed. So my ally's doing a great job. He's also in here, and he's using his fires effectively to the allied barracks. I got some grenadiers, I got my machine gun, I got my half-track, I got my second armored car. I saw my armored cars are probably not going to do too well. Just got some pioneers to make a Panzer Command. So I saw that's not going too well for my my armored cars because of all those idiots. I'm trying to help my ally right now, but I'm kind of like doing everything here. out pretty well, though. He does have mortars and they're great. Hopefully, just pump up like this. He's taking heavy casualties. I don't exactly have a lot, and I do not want to send my armored car, especially with low health in there with all those Piats. He's got machine gunners and mortars that will help tie these guys up. This guy does fast routes. At this point, I realize, hey, they're distracted up there. The Americans been pretty bloodied. I'm going to start taking some points down here. So I'm going for the ammunition. I know that I heard the British munitions because that's how they upgrade some of their guys to make money. My ally has so many machine guns. How many does this mortar have? This mortar's killed 6 guys. So the British do a mass route again. I don't really see that because of the fog of war, but I'm focusing on capturing these points. And then I clicked on the map around here because I noticed that I thought they might, if we're up here, I thought they might be down here or something, but they're in this corner here, so I just pointed to my ally where the map was. Where they were on the map. So I'm going for the fuel and going for this fuel simultaneously. So I'm pretty much cutting off their resources. If we're able to hold this, they'll pretty much just have one munition point that's medium and a fuel point if they're trying to get any kind of armor. My Panzer HQ is up, and I'm going to repair this as I make some Panzer IVs. Now, I don't have any upgrades on my infantry yet because I was saving for that. Just then we have a bunch of Americans. I would have invested in sticky grenades. But how many squads is that? Quite a lot. I call Firestorm and saying yes, 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 and all these up mass right before it falls. I killed some of them, but I could have killed a lot more. So now this field's on fire, so if anyone walks through is going to get damaged. Meanwhile, we're driving my grenadiers back to the lines. I'm kind of using this as kind of like a base of operations. I should have built a headquarters over here. And we got the fuel location now. I'm just worried about these blobs that attack because they could overwhelm me with that many guys. My ally's also putting a machine gun nest there. He is actually getting rid of the Allied HQ up here also. So my tank is repaired and I'm working on a Panzer IV. I discovered in the last 2 battles how effective the Panzer IV was. I was a hardcore Panther, King Tiger guy. I just told my guy I'm getting a Panzer, my ally. But I'm a hardcore Panzer IV fan right now. They're not very good. I guess they're kind of decent for taking on armor, like lighter armor. But they are absolutely exceptional against infantry. They're like the Sherman. So I'm trying to set up some barbed wire with my guys. And look who comes, the British Horde. So I got the British Horde coming up. My guys are going to get massacred. There's no point in trying to fight this many numbers. I believe I don't get these guys out.
Command, Officer V1
and that was my guy's
must choose a target.
This
You're losing a sector.
Incredibly brutal sometimes. So they really want their munition point back because that's kind of their thing. I've got my armored cars kind of scouting around. Maybe I'm looking for a weakness. Let's check the fog of war. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for the Americans waiting for their next attack. Guess what's coming now? My Panzer IV, good against infantry now. This is a huge blob. This guy was level 3 or 4, I think, and this guy was level 6. So they weren't exactly noobs. I mean, I'm level, I think 7 or 8 with Air Monteer. So the British player, just like the basic infantry blob tactics, are very bad in this game. You don't want to just group your guys. You do a coordinated attack or something, but you don't want to have your whole army moving in a giant bunch like this. So now they're going back for the fuel. I don't know why, because they haven't made any sort of it's not even called an armored command truck.
They're losing territory.
This guy went infantry, put his artillery way too far back to really affect too much. Well, I guess that artillery shoots all the way out to here. But it's really not going to do too much. So I got my own form of blitzkrieg here. Tons of Brits. I'm going to send my armored car in and start blasting them. For some reason, my armored didn't attack or so we're killing loads of these Brits, especially the Panzer IV. I'm backing this car up because I'm kind of afraid of these. This is what I'm really trying to get rid of. Just about but lots of Brits are getting killed. There's so many of them here. They just blew up my other armored car. He's going to call a mass retreat because they call it. Oh, actually, my ally called the Firestorm. That's right. I didn't call a Firestorm though. So I'm gonna let him retreat while he wants. So at this point, a while ago, ooh, my guys almost got killed. That's what explains how they got hurt. So I realized that my opponent is gonna start. There's like nothing down here to pretty much stop me. So I'm gonna start building a bunker right here. This bunker will be another machine gun bunker. Help me watch. I'm gonna try to build one over here also, just to kind of pretty much protect this whole lower side. Meanwhile, I saw how well those Panzers are doing, so making another Panzer IV. Only 80 fuel and 410 manpower, so make another one also. Looks like we're upgrading some stuff. Let's look at my infantry here.
MG here.
No, nothing's been up. These guys are vet 1. Now, something else I'm doing is because I see that he has no real armor so far, and I doubt they're gonna make any, which they aren't. They didn't make a single piece of armor the whole game. This guy should have made, if you're going to spam infantry doctrine, not spam, but you're going to spam infantry and do infantry doctrine, you might as well get some support gunners, the weapons support center, so you can get some snipers and machine guns if you're going to do that. So we're getting another machine gun bunker down there. Still got this machine gun kind of watching this field in case I want to do anything. I'm feeling pretty confident that we can win, because they've only got 2 munitions. Even if they wanted to make fuel, they probably don't have enough. I got a V1 rocket also. I'll use that later. These guys are pretty badly hurt, so I'm going to do a medical supply on them when I notice them. Kind of have a lull in the fighting. So I'm going to double speed it as nothing's really happening. So it's going pretty well for my ally and me right now. And building up a lot of German. That is his howitzer that's firing. My ally is going full machine guns. I think, not sure that definitely, I know this is Firestorm, so we're both Terror and we're using that too effectively. I really love the Terror tree there, the Terror command thing. And look at that, even another giant force. This time even more men. Didn't even highlight them all, I don't think. I think there's some more guys back here, yeah. He's got so many men that's coming towards me, but he doesn't realize that I have 3 Panzer IVs, and I barbed wired this, and up here, so he's gonna run into machine guns some way or another. And I've got 2 bunkers that are MGs here, so this attack is definitely going to fail. Even if he clips the wire, I've still got a lot of my guys. And this is when the tide of battle is gonna turn. Somehow they still get through there. I don't know why I couldn't wall that side, but I do have my tanks exposed there. We're already starting killing some of those guys. I've also, I also got my grenadiers charging in. And my engineers. And he just routes again, as I call the Firestorm. Unfortunately, I call the Firestorm, but I'm working on my own guys. But I started chasing these guys. I'm like, yeah, no, you don't get to run away from here and mount an attack. You know, we're better CT, so we're really kind of combat. So we're chasing after these guys. I'm going to go all the way back to his base. What my goal is to pretty much shoot him up, kill as many infantry as I can, maybe call in a rockets anyway. It's Victor shooting at me. The key for the British player generally is to use some influence on munitions and fuel. Sort of shooting up that. Usually there's quite a lot of these guys. If I lose a tank, so you just have some massacre of these guys, like, no real support whatsoever. You should really try to do a shield or something. And I call a Firestorm right behind the guys, so you will draw it. And I propaganda war, and I lost a war. I should have propaganda war with me to run back and after the Firestorm. Some of these guys are actually better. And I lost another tank before. So I've lost quite a lot of manpower and fuel launching this attack, but I've decimated my force. I'm going to draw as I'm making some more Panzer IVs in a minute or 2. Meanwhile, my ally is still, you know, waiting for artillery. He's been doing a great job at defending this with a lot of machine guns and pretty much handing the battle to our American opponent here. Got my grenadiers. I think, yeah, I have some grenadiers up here that I forget about. I'm pretty much going to try to rebuild my armor. I just got propaganda. I guess I didn't have propaganda before. Maybe I did. So I'm making some more Panzer IVs. And then I'm going to start using my extra fuel I have left over because we have a ton. So we literally have all the fuel points on the map. Yeah, so my ally was doing a great job building these observation posts on areas that are further back. So I got a 1 vs 1 to show you guys after this. And then I said I love Panzer IVs. Yeah, I really do. They're an absolute great unit in this game. So once again, I'm harassing the British, trying to get them to come out. He's replenishing his forces right now because he took a lot of casualties. But if I keep launching with these infantry and tanks, he's going to be in trouble. We do see the howitzer shooting again at my ally. It's going to be quite annoying, as all the buildings are pretty much blown up. And Veterancy 2 stays for all your units when you upgrade, so that's good. I pointed on the map like MG bunker around here so we can kind of keep pushing them off. So I have these guys capturing a point, and we have the brave Brits again coming after me. See from their perspective here. Huge blob coming at my Wehrmacht. I'm gonna draw these guys. They're gonna get absolutely killed. Oh, he died. Here goes 75 munitions down the toilet. They have 305 munitions. They could make some decent tanks. And he's not using his command. I don't know what this opponent is doing. Anyway, I got my tanks, and they're almost Veterancy 3. I think I'm going to be researching that soon. Although my tank disappeared there for a second. Let's get my American ally, my American opponent here. He's finally built a tank depot. He went infantry so he can get rangers, and he has artillery. He doesn't have a lot of fuel because these buildings cost fuel to make. He's making some more infantry. Absolute spam of rifles here. Anyway, I got my 3rd Panzer here coming down the road. I'm making a 4th one, believe it or not, and he brought out a Panther. Now, the one thing about a Panther is it's really not good against infantry. It is an absolute boss going against tanks, but not against infantry. So it's great against tanks, can take out a lot of stuff. No, by accident, click this by accident. Just trying to click on this to upgrade. So I got my last Panzer out, and I'm just going to be waiting for 200 manpower, 300 manpower, 300 manpower, and like 70 fuel to upgrade my guys to crack tanks. And that way it will make them like crack infantry like elite. So I'm getting my guys pretty much formed up. My allies putting an aggressive MG bunker right over this munition. So our allies, our enemies pretty much just stayed in their spawning kind of camps. Besides launching massive human waves. But the longer the game goes on, when you give the Wehrmacht player fuel, you're just going to lose. Unless you've got a bunch, like this guy should have been building a lot of defenses. We're going to win, so they keep giving us so much fuel. That's what I was pointing at, just talking about now. It's kind of cool how you can see the chats in the game. Right now I'm going for crack tanks, and we're going to watch the transformation of these tanks. So right now at 2 experience, these guys have an MG gunner on the top. What is that? Is that a pig or something? What the hell? I didn't even notice that. You don't zoom in and notice the detail that are on these guys. That looks like an MP44. What are these guys doing with an MP44? I didn't pick up anything. Yeah, so here are my awesome tanks. I think we have a 4th one. That's right. So I got 4 tanks. I'm going to eat these British up. Meanwhile, I dropped off my my engineers. So this kind of a clever move. I dropped them off to neutralize this point to hurt their population.
This iron cross.
Look at that. Boom, armor and skirts. Anyway, I'm going to jump these guys into a half rank and withdraw them from the speedy export. Start backing up because these idiots will kill us. And guess what? 4 upgraded tanks along with some grenadiers. We're just going to run over our wire. We really don't care. So he ran back because he saw a Panzer and a machine gun. And I think I said charge soon or something. But I've got 1 squad with 4 tanks. Is this a repair bunker? Interesting. Cool. I also got my bunker here with my engine. My bunker. I also got my half track here with my engineers. Anyway, the Americans come off to look for bars, but those grenades. That's more better than free. They are calling their artillery on it, but it's going to be massacre squad. Look at these guys. I got 4 Panther Force calling a firestorm here. I called it the V1. The firestorm is actually decent outdoor these guys, because they're so much. And the fire doesn't hurt my tanks. It's called directly on them. There's my V1. They kill their field support truck because that's what they're going to use. I don't think that's but instead he said good game. But the British just keep absolutely massive. All of a sudden, we've got Rangers here. Absolute massacre. So they just both these things. I think the Americans are going to launch artillery at me in a sec. But he's bringing up more Rangers. He sees the. But these Panzer IVs, I mean, they're absolutely beast. So yeah, even with Rangers hitting them in the rear armor, they're really not doing that whatsoever. These are almost unstoppable, I want to say, unless you got a bunch of Rangers. Or you get a bunch of using army piercing. But once the Germans get their things better in the rear, I left these guys all the way back here. I will bring up. Ah yes, here's where he launches artillery. So that's gonna hurt my guys. Also, I need my pioneers back here. And I've also got some more engineers coming over here. I've got to keep things out, including more rangers, which he does have. So those rangers are getting massacred right now. I mean, Panther IVs are 17, 9, 18. So, anyway, these guys are behind enemy. They're behind me. Like, G42 right there. They're taking some shots at that. Meanwhile, I'm calling a firestorm on here just to kill this one. There you go. Obliterated. Yeah, I think I'm making my V1. It's a really long time. So you gotta use it. Anyway, so I jumped off my engineers. We got some more coming up. And look, it's my King Tiger. Tiger, baby. That King Tiger's coming up. That's just for fun. I'm just saying, hey, look, I got a King Tiger. Let's go run. King Tigers are a beast. But if you die, you can't just like get over the tank and get the most. Come on, this guy is King Tiger. The American base is pretty much screwed. I don't even think he has anything that's like he has 400, maybe saving for an automatic combat group or something. But he could make some riflemen or something. I think he just kind of gave up at this point. Once you got the King Tiger and a bunch of tanks in here, things are pretty demoralized. So this playback's just about over. Hope you enjoy this part. Great put. I don't think he said good game or anything, but I said a 10, so it matters. So the computer took over for him and trying to make sure these core resources they have. I guess this guy wants to be my friend after this, but yeah, that is the playback over. And there's the tactical map. Cool. Okay. I don't think we have any stats or anything to look at. So yeah, this is the playback is now over. Cool. Okay, this is Garden DD1, so I hope you enjoyed. I killed 171 infantry, by the way, and I lost 76. So I just want to put that number out there. Caller in 221, so I hope you enjoyed.